Hare Krishna. I'll be reading a story, Mud Pot or Gold Pot, which teaches us the value of who am I. Kalidas was a famous poet and a playwright who lived in India many years ago. He was a minister in the court of King Vikramaditya of Ujjain and also his great friend. One day, the king jokingly questioned him. Kalidas, he said, you write beautiful poetry, but your appearance is unattractive. What can we understand from this? Kalidas only smiled but did not reply anything. One day, King Vikramaditya and Kalidas strolled through the palace gardens for some time having a talk. As they entered the palace, Kalidas instructed one of the servants to fill a mud cup as well as a gold cup of water. After being seated, King Vikramaditya and Kalidas were soon engrossed in discussing various topics. The king would often ask him meaningful questions about life, and Kalidas would give appropriate answers. As they were conversing, preparations were being made to serve them lunch. During lunch, the king wanted to sip some water. So, Kalidas asked the king's servants to get water from the golden cup. The king lifted the golden goblet to his lip and took a sip, but quickly spat out the water. Bring me water from the other cup, he ordered. At once, his servants brought the mud cup forward, and the king drank deeply. On observing this, Kalidas asked the king, why did you drink from a mere mud cup? You are a king. You should drink from a golden goblet. King Vikramaditya wrinkled his nose as he replied, the water in the golden goblet was warm and had a strange smell, but the water from the mud cup was cool and fragrant. Hearing this, Kalidas smiled and said, O king, even though it looked more attractive, the water from the golden goblet could not satisfy your thirst, whereas you felt satisfied after drinking water from the simple mud cup. The king started to smile. He understood what Kalidas was trying to tell him. Kalidas, I appreciate the way you have taught me such a good lesson. We should not judge a person by looking at their outward appearance, but by what he is able to offer others. From now on, I'll think deeply before making any judgment. Every human being in this world is a beautiful child of God. The external bodies may be different. Some may be black, white, tall, or short bodies. The body is just a dress over the real person inside, the soul, who is never ugly. Thank you. Hare Krishna.